Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio.
Now you got me conscious of my breathing over here.
Matty B.
Oh man, don't do that.
Into the air, the deep right center. That ball is
I was
high.
there, man. I was talking about Mr. Conference. And then they just heard me. I was talking about Mr. Conference and I couldn't hear myself. I was trying to figure it out. The DUI.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Holds it in.
Yeah, I didn't know
The
what I was
Jets
talking
win
about.
in overtime.
I'm with Mark. That's a man.
All right. We're back. The boys are back. Matty B. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Matty B, Epis Radio Entertainment. Thank you for joining us for episode 66 of the Epis Sports Podcast. Got my boy, my man, Pots and Pans, W. Dubois. What's going on, Dub? How you doing? All right, a lot going on. Baseball is back, as you guys know. All right, Tiger Woods arrested. That's the big Friday news dump. He's lucky that shit occurred on a Friday, man, because we got so much going on in the sports world and then just in the world in general that, you know, it couldn't happen for a better time for Tiger Woods to happen on a Friday, because oftentimes Friday news gets dumped with everything else. It doesn't really get much hype, much conversation, much talk, but he can't escape it. There's a lot going on for him. Just, you know, I had to make a video about it when it happened. It's crazy. Another car crash from Tiger Woods near his home in Jupiter, Florida. A rollover type car crash. We come to find out that he was under the influence again, not by alcohol, but I still don't know. We're waiting on those results because he denied the urine analysis, right? So it's a refusal to submit. So we don't really have... Smart man. We don't really have the logistics on, you know, what he was intoxicated with. Obviously, we have speculation. Speculation from, you know, his past. Back in 2017, you know, he was caught under the influence again, dilaudid, definitely a little THC in there. It was dilaudid, Xanax, and I believe something else. I'm forgetting right off the top of my head right now, but, you know, so he has a history.
Pharmaceutical.
You know, just a lot of pharmaceuticals in general, right? You know, he has a history with it. Obviously, the guy battling injuries, battling surgeries, you know, he's probably in chronic pain. We know, you know, with his golf history, that it takes him a long time to get geared up for an event now. Like, it's just not something, it's like a David Wright situation, for those of you know, with the stenosis. You know, there's a lot going into his preparation in order to get him to play. Nowadays, he can't even walk a full 18 holes without being in excruciating pain. So it's no surprise that he's all pilled up. But again, the lack of accountability, the lack of responsibility to be driving around like this under that influence, and you could, you know, I'll pull up the photos for you. It's pretty damn bad. Like, it's obvious. You've seen that, right? It's obvious that this guy is under the influence. I mean, he looks trashed, and for somebody that's not drinking alcohol, you know, this guy's laughing. I mean, would you be laughing, Dom, if he killed somebody? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I get why you're laughing.
Why am I? You know, I'm laughing. Tiger Woods a total sack of shit, and sometimes it's nothing else to do but just a laugh. You know?
Yeah,
he's been around forever. You know, he's one of the greatest golfers ever. So we put him on this pedestal, and we know better. You know, we do this with all these guys, a lot of guys.
Right.
Tiger Woods is able to maneuver around with his because of his class and his high profileness. You know, bro, there's a certain way that he's in this group of his generation with the Jeters and the Jordans, like a revered figure, an icon. And the same thing that puts him on that pedestal is the same thing that allows him to get away with this stuff and to continue this behavior. So I got nothing to do. I like just laugh because we're gonna probably let him do whatever he wants. What am I supposed to do? I'm not gonna sit here and just freaking start losing my mind. We do this all the time. And Tiger, he's so like, I don't know why he's so likable besides his talent. To be honest,
I
he doesn't
mean,
seem like
his IQ of the game, in terms of golf,
Oh, his talent, yeah. But besides that, like, and he's not really that good at what he does anymore. So, because I mean,
no, he's still pretty good, bro.
he
He's just
comes
not.
off
He's
as
not
very
that
robotic.
elite level athlete like he once was. He's not gonna
He
win,
comes off
the Masters, but he still
as
does very well.
very, he comes off as very robotic, and we don't know him. All we know about him is, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's his guarded, how he was guarded coming up because he started such at such a young age, and the same thing that guarded him, those people, whether it's his dad or whoever was looking after him, they're not there. So he controls everything around him, and it doesn't look like anyone can tell him anything because the continued behavior with grown kids and to still be able to behave this way. Yeah, I'm gonna go pop these pills and take a Sunday or a Friday afternoon drive.
Right,
Okay, come
right.
on, bro.
I agree, and I mean, like, you have all the money in the world, right? Like, just at this point, dude, especially this being the second time that this occurs. Like, how do you roll
I didn't
over a
say
call for a second time?
right, and that's you know what I'm saying.
It's bad enough you do it
How do you
once,
do that? One time, and no one does it once in their life. Most
right?
people don't. He does it twice. We're all human. I get it, and a lot of times, when public figures, people put their business in the street or the media, whatever. I usually take it with a grain. So like these are just, but these incidents right here, if he kills someone, like you said,
Yeah.
now what?
Yeah, I have the
But
images up
I
here. You can
imagine
see the rollover car crash. You can see
that's
his face,
what
as he's
yeah. What
as
I'm
he's leaving the
laughing
Martin
at is
County
just how
Sheriff's Office.
it's just the regular smegular program. Like, he's talking to the cops. The cops are nice to him. He's nice to the cops. He tells the cops, oh, I can't do that. And he did everything he was supposed to do to get away with this.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You can't prove that he was on anything.
Well, I don't know if he necessarily got away with this at this point, but there's
Yeah,
certainly
he
going to
will.
be something that comes of it, right? I mean, listen, I was talking with somebody in the YouTube comments when I had posted this breaking news video about this whole situation, and they brought up a good point how there's a double standard in society, and how he should be held responsible if indeed it did end up hurting somebody or even going to the extent of killing
Look,
somebody.
he did. He hit someone's car, bro. So he
I know.
hurt someone. Automatic. Flipped
Well,
another car. I don't care. That guy's hurt.
yeah,
He could say whatever he wants at this point. It don't matter. He could make up anything.
yeah.
He could say he lost 2 testicles in the thing and still have them, and you're gonna have to go for it.
But
His
he
word.
should. This is a second time offender, bro. I mean, like, in terms of this, egregious, act. I mean, he should be held responsible like the average person. That's the double standard. I mean, the fact that he's
What,
an
what
athlete,
is the level? What are they
you
gonna
know,
do? Take his license?
no, he should go to jail. That's
Oh,
typically that's what I'm saying. Like, he should go to jail.
He's
Taking
not.
away his license is a lock. That's a guarantee. The guy should not, should not be allowed to drive. Especially
They're
because
not gonna.
we understand he's an addict. That's one, like, that is a fact. Like, you have put yourself out on a
He's
pedestal
gonna.
after this.
He's gonna beat the court case. He's gonna beat the accident.
Well,
They're not gonna be able to prove that he's got great lawyers. He never took a test, so there's no incriminating hard evidence. He can say anything and plant that
Yeah.
seed. So
And he's in his home
there's
in
no.
Florida, where I'm sure the judges will be on his side. But that's the double standard. That's all I'm pointing at. I get it. I'm with you. He's not going to be held. But that's why I'm bringing up the point, because he should be. It's a problem, because if this was any other Joe Schmo, or not for nothing, even if it was like a lower level golf athlete, somebody that would not as high profile as Tiger, I'm sure they would be, held more accountable than he is going to be in this scenario. Listen,
I,
I agree with you. He's probably not going to be held responsible. I'm just pointing out the double standard that he should be. That's all. But you
Well,
said-
listen, this is not the straw. Okay, so we're gonna have another story about him later. He's gonna get away. He's gonna get off because, like I said, Tiger did everything he's supposed to do. Listen, I ain't taking that test, buddy. Fuck out of here with that shit. And if he was my buddy, I would have told him too. Well, why the hell did you take that test, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, it would have been an admission of guilt, right? You know, I get it.
As soon as he gets the urinalysis back, he's toast. You were driving on the pills, bro. He likes those pills, bro. He eats them like Tic Tacs. That's his thing.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for years. You know, but like I said, Tiger was very guarded, you know, as a child, as a young man, as a child growing up, a prodigy, school, golf. That's all it's ever been for Tiger since 6 years old, 7 years old. You know, his dad, Earl Woods, you know, always protected him. So I think a lot of times when you're guarded like that, you finally however have whether it's parents or mom.
Hey,
or
bro,
they
your
let you
audio
go.
kicked a little bit. Hold on. Maybe it's one of your wire or something like that. Just check that real quick.
Let me see. How does it
That's
sound?
better. That's better. That's better. You good? Yeah.
Okay, so now when it comes and Tiger with the sudden passing of his dad decades ago, I believe it was 15, at least 15 years ago. Tiger wasn't ready for that, you know. So his maturation came, you know, at a probably a pace that he wasn't ready for the real world. But he has all this money, so you know, he has people who take care of him. He has yes men, yes women, and he does what he wants. You know, and maybe he's the kind of guy who'll tell you, if you tell me what to do, you don't have to come back here. Maybe he's a narcissistic rich prick who controls everyone around him, and you can't tell him anything or you're cut off. Now, we don't know, but we can't. I know Tiger. It's interesting though, Maddie. We're talking about Tiger and his accident. We would be remiss as a show if we didn't bring up that Vince McMahon accident weeks ago, where it was very comparable, and another celebrity status guy when he wrecks the Rolls Royce.
I didn't hear
And he
about this. I
walked
didn't even
away.
know.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
Vince
close
McMahon,
my
of course.
curtain real quick. Hold on. A little bad lighting.
Yeah, Vince McMahon, guys, he wrecks the Rolls Royce in Connecticut, you know, which is his stomping ground. He runs Connecticut. Anyone who knows who Vince is knows he runs the state of Connecticut. And I believe it was in a 2-car accident. So the other person, they walk, you know, I don't know what happens, but it just went away. So I don't know if Vince got them a bag and he sent the person the person who he calls that had the accident with, gave him a bag of money or whatever. But Vince, when Vince was talking to the cop, oh yeah, I know. Oh yes, officer. Yes. His eyes are shoddy. You know, he looked like he probably was on some pharmaceuticals.
Oh right.
You know?
I vaguely
You
did
saw
hear
it,
about
yeah.
100 mile per hour car crash. Yeah.
With the Rolls Royce, and he walked away.
That's crazy.
Imagine being able to.
That's insane. Yeah.
You know, there's levels to this shit. You know, Vince is as rich as it get. Vince and Tiger's on the same level.
Where was
Maybe
this?
Vince is
Oh, it was
this
in
old white guy.
Connecticut. It was in Connecticut.
It was in Vince's. That's Vince's
I
kingdom.
got a video.
You
You
know?
want? Let me pull up the video for everybody right here.
And he walked away from it. The same thing I'm saying. What's going to happen with Tiger? Vince, a white guy, white, rich, old man. The only difference. But these guys are huge in what they do.
All right, this is a video. This is what W's talking about. So about a month ago, Vince McMahon going 100 mile per hour, a car crash in Connecticut. In Connecticut, you know, very democratic state, you know, not like Florida in which, you know, maybe he can finagle his way.
But Vince has a
court
lot of pull in Connecticut.
Got a
Titan
lot of
Towers
pull.
is in Connecticut.
Right.
Yes.
Check it out.
Let's see.
Ooh. Little side swipe there as he's trying to go to the left. Not too bad, especially going like 100 miles
Just stay
per
in the
hour.
car. Do you need an ambulance?
No, I don't.
All right. Why were you driving over 100 miles an hour?
He hit somebody.
It's my granddaughter's birthday. I got to get this the
Look at
next
that.
day.
Did you see me trying to catch up to you behind you?
This is my granddaughter's birthday.
I saw lights, but it didn't look normal.
Yeah, you have to
I'm
hurry up.
trying to catch up to you, and you keep taking off.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to outrun you.
I know, I
I'm
understand
not trying
that.
to
That's why I
outrun
was
you.
very confused. Right? Because it wasn't like you were running. It was just like you
Look at
almost
his
hit, I think,
arms. He's 80 years
115
old.
miles an hour. All right, and then you just hit,
It's still in
hit
good
someone
shape,
because you
I
weren't
think,
paying
yeah.
attention. Were you looking at your phone?
Arms huge.
trying to drive.
Bicep.
No, I'm
The
gonna-
person was right in front of you.
Son.
There's got to be a reason you hit him.
No, Rena, I have it in
Granddaughter's birthday, Maddie. I had to go.
Right.
Right.
He was right in front of you. You
I
went
had
straight
to
at
go.
it.
I'm
At
aware
100
that the
miles an
lady
hour.
was in front of me.
He's definitely, you could hear it.
I'm just
He's
making sure you're
definitely a
not
little
having a medical
visibly shaken
condition or
up.
anything.
Cop's doing a hell
Do you
of a
need an
job
ambulance?
talking to
No,
him.
son.
I wonder if he recognized him right away.
Just your registration. Is your license in here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
You think he recognized him the second
I've driven
he
this
opened
car
that door?
quite some time.
It's fast, I'll tell you that.
All right, we'll
That's
play
a-
it
that's a
back. Hold
sound.
on, I'll go back from the beginning. Here it is, quick. Boom! As he's trying to merge to the left, just catches the tail end of that car in the right lane a little bit. Spirals, doesn't even spiral out of control really. Just hits
Just
the
stay in the
middle
car. Do you need
divider.
an ambulance?
No, I don't.
For a 100
Why were
mile
you
per
driving
hour
over
accident,
100
it's
miles an hour?
actually
It's my
pretty
granddaughter's
minimal.
birthday.
That's what I'm
I
saying,
gotta get
bro.
this.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Right. What Tiger tried to do was overtake someone in a one lane, two-way traffic.
right.
Street, road. He tried to go around someone and he ended up flipping the guy, kind of like what Vince did. In his but the way that road is, that was two lanes.
Right.
The one Tiger was in was one lane, and he tried to go around in the opposite in the oncoming traffic lane, and he clips the guy, and the guy ended up flipping over. I don't know how fast Tiger was. It was probably a local road because they have a lot of those in Florida.
Yeah, and I was just in Florida. I know like how, they be driving
You're
crazy
talking about
fast.
a road
It's
down here,
interesting. Floridian drivers,
Very impatient.
they drive fast, but they're not like as aggressive as New York drivers. Like as long as you
Right.
drive with the traffic and you keep up the pace, it's all good. You
You're
could
good.
actually like bully your way around. And me being a New York
Right, you can
driver,
bully your way around.
I can bully my way around in Florida, but
You just can't play in the left lane. If you're
Right,
gonna be there,
right.
you have to get going. It's
yeah,
real
and
out
you
in the left.
especially on a highway, like you have to like if it's
Yeah,
a
you
it's a
can't go-
70 mile per hour zone, you have to be going 80 to 90, or
Yeah,
else
yes, in the left lane.
people are gonna get pissed.
At least 80. At least once you go on 14.
yeah.
At least, yeah, over.
I'm trying to look
So-
here for more information on it. Again, we don't have video. All they say is that the sheriff described
how
it
many
as
people-
as a high rate of speed on a road. It was a
We talking
30.
about
No, we're talking about Tiger. So it was a 30 mile
about
per
Tiger.
hour limit.
Right.
30 mile
That's
per
like
hour
the road
limit
by my
that
house.
Tiger was in. So that's
That's
a
like
very
the road by my house.
so he
No,
probably
that's-
going like 50, 60 trying to weave around,
Yes, yes, 50.
which is kind of crazy too because you're going 50, 60 and you were able, it shows how easy you can flip a car. Because
You
god
can
damn.
go head on it, or you could, if someone's coming,
Yeah.
you misjudge it. Sometimes, if you try that stupid move, overtaking the car in front of you and going into oncoming traffic to overtake the car in front of you, some guys you're trying to overtake, they'll speed up. Like, no, buddy, you're not going ahead of me, and you're caught up on the left side. You can run it, drive right into the head-on collision with someone, and it happens all the time down here, all the time. It happens 3 times a month. And they always put it on those. Yeah, someone died oncoming or head-on
Yeah,
collision.
you're right about that, because even when I was down there, I heard like, there was like a fiery car crash. Somebody died. It was like, it was one of those highways that lead to the Universal or whatever. Like that I just was driving. on.
Yeah,
Like the night,
they don't have patience.
like the night before I went there, I'm like, and he's just like, yeah, no problem. Like, but
Yeah.
I find it funny how like Florida they don't do anything about it. Like they're not.
They just move along.
They're not trying to like lower the speed limit. In fact, I think in one county in Florida they're trying to raise the speed limit. Apparently.
Absolutely. It's the funny, and I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna tell you something about Florida. Texas is even bigger than that. I mean, more hardcore with this. What I'm about to say. Florida gives you a lot of freedom. They leave you to your vices. Go
Yes.
ahead, Maddie. You want to drink? You don't have to
Right,
put a
right,
bag.
do it.
In a bag. Go drink. But
Yeah.
they give you a lot of leeway. But if you fuck up, they're gonna hammer you. Same thing with the motorcycles. You don't need a helmet. Go ahead. You don't need a helmet. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's
guess
kind of
what? They
it's
let
like
you
kind of
be
like
the
that
belt.
boss at the job that's like, you know what? I'll let you dig your grave. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to
Right.
reprimand
They're
you.
not going to protect you. Like
No.
New York City, they protect you. Like, you put the helmet on the children. No, go ahead. Let your kid do it.
Oh yeah, forget it. Here in New York, Mamdani's trying to lower the freaking speed limit to I think 20 miles per hour now in some
They
zones,
let
which
you,
is
bro.
we're just
You
gonna be
smoke and you
crawling
can
through the
smoke
streets, you
anywhere in
know?
Florida. They let you smoke anywhere. They give you a gun. You
Yeah,
can shoot the gun, but if you shoot the gun in the incorrect place, at the incorrect time, we told you not to do that. We're gonna hammer you.
right.
They let you do your thing. They let you tote the line. But if you step over, they're gonna hammer you. They don't have any parole in this state, buddy.
Yeah. God, it is just terrible news, man. You know, and listen, for somebody that grew up really, loved watching Tiger and all that, it just sucks, man. So it really, for me, it's
Yeah,
just
I get you.
it's just it's a terrible blemish on a beautiful career. I mean, he was arguably, outside of Jack Nicklaus, the greatest golfer of all time. I know, Scotty Chef, certainly making a case, for that. He's still got a lot, to ground to make up, but he's definitely doing a hell of a job. Um, but it remains to be seen. And Tiger, no doubt, Hall of Famer in the sport, and just one of the best of all time to do it. And it's a shame that it comes down to this. I truly, I don't know. I don't. He's probably going to play golf again. At what capacity? I don't know. I mean, you know, thankfully for him, he doesn't injure himself to the point of needing surgery or anything like that. So I'd still imagine, even with his prior injuries, that there's going to be some sort of rehab process. You can't roll over a car and just typically walk away scot free. It had to have tweaked the back or something. But hey, who knows? You got a nice.
That boy be chewing them Percocets, bro. He don't even swallow them. He chews them.
Yeah,
He loves that shit, bro.
but
He's gonna have
now,
another surgery.
yeah.
He's gonna start eating more of them. Who's gonna stop him?
Well, his liver will, because you
Right,
can't,
exactly.
continue to do that.
Now, right then, that's what it's gonna take. So he's
Yeah.
got a lot left as far as that part goes. So
But it's
he's
just
a big time.
career wise.
He's an
Career-wise,
I
like
know,
we don't really know. Like he was flirting with the idea of playing with the Masters, and I don't see that being an option now. That's next month. I think we're not even next month. We're like 2 weeks away from the
Maddie,
Masters. I
Maddie,
don't see that.
I was
happening.
telling, we were on the phone talking about him, and I thought about it because like I said, I'm about 3 years younger than Tiger, or 4. So I saw him come up around the same time as the Williams sisters. They were all prodigies. They had these black dads, and they were in the black community. They were really revered. But before we even got to know them personally or see them, but Tiger off the rip, he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way when he didn't even want to claim his ethnicity. He's just, I'm not a black guy. He's one of, but I'm not saying this has anything to do with, this has nothing to do with who he is persona-wise as an athlete. How could you not look up to him if you're a golf fan? And like looking at guys your age, 1985 and a little younger than that to 95, you guys see Tiger a little different.
Yeah.
Tiger, he never was in, like, to me, gave off that energy. Like Jeter and Jordan and whoever have you, they have even an asshole like Barry Bonds. There was a little bit of personality. Even you could never see who Tiger was. He was so robotic. And it's like someone's always had strings on him. And then maybe it was his pop or whatever, but when his pop passed away, it's like he's been running wild, bro, ever since. It really looks like that. Because he's always been in the news, the worst reasons, serial cheater, everyone knows his business, drug addict, all this dirt is in the street. Did you know Tiger is dating Vanessa Trump? You knew that?
Yes,
He's dating which
is probably also another reason why is no way in hell this guy gets held responsible for his actions.
Right.
Because
He's
got Trump on his
Mar-a-Lago. He's a Mar-a-Lago. He's down there, bro. That's his people.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. He'll play. You hear me? Like it's okay.
Yeah, I know. And I don't want to make light of that. Like that's a problem. Like that's just a problem that he'll be fine. Like what's it gonna take, bro? Like I truly feel like even if he killed somebody, there's a chance he still walks away with it. He's
Fifth
lucky.
Avenue.
He's lucky it doesn't happen. But It's crazy.
I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue right now, and everyone will still love me.
Or Nicky Barnes over here, man, just doesn't matter.
Now it's 47 who said it. I could shoot somebody right on Fifth Avenue and no one's gonna say a word. He said that. Not Nicky Barnes. Nicky Barnes go to jail. He shoots someone on Fifth Avenue.
I'm just saying, Nicky Barnes was untouched for a while. You know what I mean? But that's
he was.
Eventually, they put an end to it. That's
magazine covers and he wanted to be on magazine covers. That's what his. Like he was doing the Gotti before Gotti, Nicky. Same shit.
Right. Well, listen. I want to, we don't have much time today. It's 9:09 a.m. Eastern time right now. Obviously, big news with Tiger at all nine. Check it out. You'll find out more. I'm sure there's going to be more details ahead. Who knows? Will we ever see Tiger in a major golf tournament? Do you think? Do you think he ever plays a major again?
Yes.
He's back in a major? I'd have to agree with you. I don't think he'll win, obviously, a major ever again, but I do think he'll make one final appearance, whether it be maybe the Masters next year, something, or just another major tournament later in this golf season. I do think he does return and, have his little farewell tour. Yeah, obviously, he'll be playing in, senior circuit as long as he's able to and things like that. He was supposed to be participating in a senior event coming up, but now with this car crash, doesn't look like that's going to be happening. So, what a shame, another blemish on the beautiful career.
There's like other guys I would be more like I could hear the disappointment in you, and there's guys who, if it was my guy, I would be disappointed too. So I definitely get it. But I'm like, I don't have anything fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just disappointed because it's just I hate to see.
I know. I get it, though. I'm not. Yeah, man. I know.
You don't want to see this. You don't want to see this. This is terrible,
But, his people don't care enough. His people don't care.
Yeah, apparently not. But anyway.
His kids can't stop him. Nobody can stop him.
In other news, baseball is officially back. The 2026 season has officially gotten underway. New York Mets and New York Yankees off to a fabulous start in their own right. Both teams 2-0. No, Yankees 3-0, right? With the win yesterday.
It's crazy. We got this off day today on a Sunday. It's so weird. I was saying that in the pre-show when you stepped off. It's so weird that there's no baseball for 6 teams today. When did we start doing this? I know it's been a couple of years, but
well, I think it's just because of the early start. So they started a little bit extra early this year. Yankees obviously had the the first game of the season. It was Yankees Giants on Thursday, right? And that great way to kick off the season. Not really a fan. Not really a fan of the Netflix.
No, it was
premiere.
Wednesday night.
It was Wednesday night. Right. You're right. I'm confused because everybody went Thursday and the Yankees went Wednesday. That's why the Yankees again that off day. Yeah. What happened?
But there's 4 other teams with off days. We're not the only ones off. There's 6 teams off today.
Yeah.
I would imagine the Giants are one of them, but there's 4 other teams.
Right now, for today, you have Mets definitely going. And we have it up on the screen for you to there. We have some of the finals from yesterday. Who's off today? Because it seemingly outside of the Yankees and Giants, it looks like everybody's. Mets in Pittsburgh going at 1:40 today.
I counted 12 games, bro. That's 24. I counted 12. I could be wrong.
Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11. Yep, 12 games. You're right.
So that means there's 6 of them all. I don't know who they are, but I don't know. It's just a little awkward. So you're saying it's only in the beginning of the year? They're not going to be off in August on a Sunday?
No, Sunday baseball is prime time. But now that now there's with no more Sunday night baseball. No, ESPN had changed their broadcast. It's going to be only women's sports, so we're going to be seeing less of it on the ESPN broadcast, but baseball will still remain on Sunday. There's still going to be a primetime slot, whether it be the earliest slot, the 1 p.m., the 4 p.m., or, the late night cap of 7 or 8 p.m. We'll still be seeing it for sure. The typical off days are, the Mondays, Monday, Tuesdays, and like those, every now and then those Thursdays as well, getting ready for the weekend series.
You're
But
right. I don't. They don't. They play every Sunday. I'm going
yeah,
June.
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Before we get into that, and again, like great start for both New York teams, Mets, Yankees. Yankees with a 3-1 win over San Francisco. Warren with a beautiful game. Yankees continue to do their thing. A little bit of an offensive onslaught on opening day for the Yankees. And then the last two games have been just pitching perfection. Cam Schlittler and then Warren yesterday getting it done, showing you that the Yankee pitching is dangerous. The bullpen looking great. And
I
offensively,
like when you say
Judgy with a second home run. Everybody getting on him after the sombrero that he put up on opening day. Doesn't matter, right? Judge, Stanton hitting, showing you. Even though Stanton apparently can't open a bag of chips, he still can hit home runs. I don't understand how that works, but it works. I know if it works for him, it works. I don't know.
that. I believe you. Whatever he says, I believe him.
Right, whatever, man. Judge
As long
with
as he's
another home
playing,
run
okay.
again. Mets, getting a little crazy yesterday. Had my pulse going through the roof. All right, with an extra inning win. The new acquisition, Luis Robert Jr. with a 3-run homer walk-off in the 11th against Pittsburgh. There was no scoring whatsoever until the 9th inning of this game, and then it just got crazy. With the extra runner in the extra innings, man, it just gets things nuts. But a little back and forth there late. Great pitching from both teams overall. But the Mets come out on top. The walk-off homer. And the vibes are good. It was a cold, chilly one in Citi Field yesterday. So, typically they don't hit well around this time of the year. Mets are notoriously slow starters anyway. Soto, Lindor, they don't really get the ball rolling. So it's nice. But, there's definitely some concerns with the Mets overall. But off to a nice start. Let's see if they can get it going today and cap off a very nice opening weekend. Dub and I were down in Port St. Lucie, made my annual trip to spring training. Got my little hat right here, the Mets spring training hat. Want to thank everybody that we were able to talk to down there. We interviewed quite a few fans, about 15 groups of fans down while we were down there. It was the second to last spring training game. They were playing St. Louis. Really don't care too much for the game. Me and Dub were not really locked in and watching it. The Mets did have some starters. St. Louis had Liberatore to start off the game, and we were able to see Carson Bench, the new rookie starter. We were able to see Mark Vientos and Francisco Alvarez as well, but no action.
There.
No action. Mets were no hit through half the game, and it just wasn't crazy.
I
But
think they got
yeah. No,
That's not why we were there.
Yeah, they ended up scoring. I think it was like a 4-3 loss or something like that. But
Okay.
yeah. I remember that because you even said it in one of the interviews or whatever to kick off the interview.
Yeah, what?
But I just want to say thank you to everybody that stopped and talked to us while we were down there. We really had so much fun interacting with you guys and doing that. It was the first time Dub and I have ever done anything like that, where we talk to the fans, not our fans, but baseball fans. Everybody that we met, nobody knew us, and it was just
We don't have fans. We have friends.
Just the fact that they were, willing to stop and talk to us, and from young to old, black and white, didn't matter. It was just great. It was a great experience overall. A lot of funny interviews. We had a couple of nutcrackers in there, man, for sure. Oh, Maggie. What's up, Mag? Got to see Maggie while I was down there, too. What are your thoughts, bro, about the whole interaction with everybody, with all the baseball fans down there?
Great, man. It was great. We talked about it off the air, guys. Man, it was great, man. It like you said, if we never done anything like that before. And so it was an incredible scene for me, bro. Just like I said, as soon as we started getting the people to come to speak and give us their takes on the upcoming season, it just felt right. It just started rolling, everything just fell into place. and it was easy
Right.
and it was fun. And I had a good time, and the people, they made it happen. They made it everything so smooth for us. And you could feel the energy from everyone. We were ready for baseball. We were supposed to be there. Those are our people, man. Baseball, baby. You know how many phone calls I got in the last 2 weeks? Like, and people who know me or our friends and family, whatever have you, they know how much I love baseball. And if you like baseball, you know me, we're gonna talk
Yeah.
baseball. So I got a lot of calls the last week or so. Then we're posting stuff. So baseballs have been thrown at me all week, all month. So I'm really ready. Bro, last night. So we were supposed to go on last night, right? Whatever, we didn't get on. But I ended up drinking a coffee, thinking that we were gonna go on. Because remember, I said to old man, I'm gonna take an old man nap, Maddie, and then I'm gonna get on there with you.
Yeah.
So whatever, guys, like Maddie said in the program, we weren't able to get on. But I had the coffee in me. All right. So I'm up. So I'm like, I gotta find something to do. So I cut on some late night games. I cut on the Guardians and the Mariners, slow game all night. But like in the last inning or two, they turn up. Because I believe Cleveland was up late. And or Seattle was up late. And then Cleveland drops 3 runs in the top of the 10th to take the lead. Seattle tries to come back. I mean, a whole bunch of mayhem at the end of the game. Then I seen Dominic Smith, the former Met, with the walk-off grand slam and win against Kansas City. I'm like, wow, that's where that dude is.
I know, right?
So-
I kind of forgot. I didn't even think he was in the league, actually.
Right, and that's what that is what makes baseball so special, bro. That guy like Dominic Smith, could just come in here, but it's kind of typical too, and he does it for the Braves. So I feel like he's gonna.
It
play
is
well for
really
them this year now.
typical of Dominic Smith, and what a win for Atlanta. Scoring 6 in that bottom of the ninth to take it away from Kansas City. Nice start for them. But yeah,
The
man.
Dodgers late last night with a late home run from Will Smith to overtake the Diamondbacks. So I love it.
Yeah, man.
Around the
My just to touch on the whole Port St. Lucie thing, and one of my favorite parts, really, or it was kind of that like aha moment while we were down there, and it was like, oh, we're like really meant to be here, really meant to be doing this. You were interviewing somebody, and I just like I was taking some pictures and panning out while the interview was going on, and I kind of like turn around and look. And then I just look and I see, man, like just a crowd of people surrounded by us. I mean, like they must have been like 50 people, and that's a lot, for me. Like, and like just
They were surrounding
people with the
mad
cameras
people.
out, recording, taking pictures. I had a couple of kids lined up, waiting to be interviewed.
They loved it. They loved
know-
it. You gave the little kids the mic, they loved it. Forget about it. They loved it.
It was
You give
really
them a
just
microphone.
it was really that validating moment of wow, we're doing something here.
We got something over here.
We got some momentum, and it's really cool. Again, I don't want to ever get too ahead of myself, and it's just the fact that anybody would be willing to stop and talk to us or just even come on the show, things like that means the world to me. To have a crowd of people, set up around us and interacting with us, that is just
Waiting their
it's
turn.
surreal. It's surreal.
Waiting their turn. Bro. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. If you told me this a year ago, I would, I'd never believe you. But here we are, and I'm never gonna get too high, too low. Always just stay where I am and understand that we need to keep on working and doing our thing. But we appreciate all the support from all of you, all the subscribers. If we do have any, of course we do. We got some fans in there, so and,
Got a couple.
Thank you again. I just really had fun doing it, and look ahead. Subscribe, follow us. We'll be doing much more content, just like I showed you there in Port St. Lucie. I got some dates in mind already, to get down there at Citi Field and talk to some of the fans down there. Obviously, it's going to be a whole different type of environment because it's not spring training. It's not 9,000 people walking out of the stadium. It's 40,000. So it should look a little different, but more of the same and just more fun overall. So I'm a little nervous about it, not gonna lie, but I'm all right. I've been talking with the wife. Okay, how can we execute this? How can we get out there and do it? So it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Because I know you guys like it too. I've received a lot of feedback from a lot of people about those videos, and
Yeah.
overall, just and some strangers as well. How it was something very enjoyable to watch. So, especially the guy, you got one guy, the guy with the pizza box, complaining about that. Who doesn't like an unsatisfied customer? That is like the ultimate clickbait right there. And then you had that one fan, the Yankees hater, with the I hate Yankees shirt. W's interviews were great. I think you had the better interviews though overall. I think you were flowing, man. You were vibing with everybody. I was nervous up there. I don't know. I was in my head
Really?
the whole time.
I didn't know. I thought you were great as well. So
I'm,
whatever
I'm,
you
I'm
think,
too critical of myself. That's the problem.
you
Oh,
yeah, we
man.
just got to get through the break the ice. We just got to get through that part, and then everything is just gonna fall into place. But Maddie, are we gonna talk about these protests, or are we gonna talk about it a little later?
What protest? The
10
No Kings
million
protest?
people in
No
the
Kings
streets,
protest?
yeah, in the streets of the United States of America. You got 10 million protesters. Orlando was crazy, bro.
Yeah, I was kind of
They were
upset.
down
There
there.
was one right by me yesterday. I don't know why. I don't really find out about this. It's not like on my algorithm for some reason. I have to be more in tune with what's going on.
I knew, man. I should have brought. I
Yeah.
wish I'd have brought it up to you, but
I heard
yeah,
about
man.
it, but I didn't know it was taking place yesterday. My mother went. My mother went to one of the No Kings protests over here in Fresh Meadows. It's right by my house. I would have been there. I wasn't
Yeah.
really doing much outside of just cleaning and things like that. I would have,
Yeah, you
brought
could have put the
Charlie over
mic
there.
out too. Yeah, you could have
Yeah.
asked talk to a couple. Yeah, man. I'm just thinking the reason that's why I just jumped when you started talking about Clover Park. I was like, damn, imagine me and Maddie were together with the mics out at the protest yesterday.
Yeah, and, even when
Uh,
my mom said that it would have been a good photo shoot, would have been good content, over there.
And
And
we've already we put our toes in these waters already on our program. So
yeah,
it's not like we're gonna hide our feelings.
well, there's no strangers here on Epis Radio for sure. I've been very vocal about my political point of views and all that. And listen, any way I can support the movement, and outside of coming on here and talking about it, is big. And I'm a little upset that I really didn't know about it. Otherwise, I really would have participated.
I gotta do. I said
You know,
I said so because I knew about it
yeah.
for days, at least for 4 or 5 days. I knew about it.
But nationwide,
That
you're
there were
right, man.
I knew. No, I knew they were going to be, and I knew they would be like. This is the third biggest protest in American history, single day protests, rivaling the Walk on Washington and the Million Man March. It's on that level. They're talking about 8 to 10 million people, million in New York or whatever. Just ridiculous. Every city, St. Paul, Minneapolis, Orlando, Florida, even West Palm Beach, right on the outside of Mar-a-Lago. There were people protesting this administration, and you know what the administration did? They thumbed their nose. They dismissed them.
Yep.
They dismissed 10 million people. Whatever. They made light of them. They don't care. They ignored them.
And the media, right-wing media, would have you, feel the same way that, there's not a lot of people out there, not a lot, or they'll dumb down, the algorithm so that you don't see what's going on. People are standing up. People are waking up, man. I'm sorry. With everything that this administration has promised, no war, releasing the Epstein files, the whole nine, a whole lot of promises and a whole lot of lies. And everything that's occurred with ICE as well, it's just been one big of a shit show. I'm sorry. You want to stand up here and give me one reason as to why we should support this administration, please do. Point it out to me. Because I haven't seen, one good explanation yet. What have they done that, has helped this nation, be great again, as they love to say? Please tell me.
They've made millions and millions and millions of dollars for themselves and their family.
Yeah, a whole lot of inside trading going on, like all that. Please tell me, point it out to me, because I don't know anymore. I just don't know. And the only way
Bro,
we can, help
they have
support
3,000 locations. They had protests in around the
3,000
country.
locations. See, and and it's crazy because again, and I wonder if that's,
Alaska had 40,000 in Anchorage.
and I wonder
30,000 came out.
if this is like an issue with my algorithm because again, like, why am I hearing about this till after the fact? Where because I seen after the
I
protests
feel
occurred
bad.
last
I
night.
talked to you. I talked to you a lot yesterday. I never mentioned it. I feel like
Yeah.
shit about it.
I seen that after they occurred that it was popping up on my algorithm, but prior to it, like there was no promotion on it. I'm not getting videos like, "Hey, show up to this location, this and that." Like it's almost as if they know I would. So let's not feed that to his algorithm. So like that's how I feel, and that's that. Listen, it's not far fetched to think that way. Like truthfully, the algorithms that we all each algorithm is made specifically for each individual. It is influenced depending on the individual. And I have no doubt, that on all my platforms,
Somebody has a sign that says,
You know.
"Mr. Tish, we see you."
right,
Oh my God.
Mr. Tish, we see you. Again, I have no doubt that my algorithm is dumbed down so that I don't hear about it and that I don't, show up and protest and things like that. I'll do
My
better
homegirl was
better
telling me
job.
that
What happened?
she was telling me she don't get notifications for our show, and she's not the only one. This is what they call shadow banning, I believe, or it's kind of people, it's conspiracy a little bitish, but there's a lot of truth to it. What
I've
happens
heard about
on
the
these
shadow ban. Do you
Dan was telling me, she's like, "Yo, I don't
sh-
get the notification
does she
when y'all
have
go
the
on."
notifications on?
Yeah, she has the
Yeah.
bell on. She's always had. She said, "I just stopped getting them." She said, "I
interesting.
went to go look," and then she said the only time she's like, she doesn't even see us on her album. She has to go type us in, and then she sees us like, "Yo, these guys are making new stuff. Why is it not in my thing?"
Yeah. I would
You
not
know?
be surprised. I would not be surprised, especially because we do have
Oh,
some political shows out there, so it just makes sense. There is such a thing as being shadow banned. There's, the reason why I deleted and got off of TikTok because I was being shadow banned on TikTok. It was ever more evident. And the funny part about it, I was just talking about my freaking ice baths. And here they thought I was talking about the agency ICE, and they literally censored all of my videos. I mean, I was not getting a singular view on any of my videos. It was I'd go to check, and it had 0 views on all of my posts, like my recent post, and it was just absurd. I'm like, this is crazy. They're clearly watching. They're clearly pegging me as a problem, in the algorithm. So, too bad. Again, and listen, most of the time, we're up here. We're not talking politics, but I appreciate Dub for bringing it up because it's significant. Like you said, what is it, one of the largest protests in American history?
Yeah,
You know,
they're saying
you
the
know,
number. They're still
that
out there.
should
Some of
not,
them.
they could not, that should not be ignored. You know what I'm saying?
There's gonna be more protesting today, bro. It's not over. A whole weekend.
For sure. They
So you
need
can look at
one thing. No, they need to stop doing this shit on a weekend. You need to. I think the point of the protest to disrupt the flow.
disrupt, right?
And
And
you need
that's
to be getting out there on a Monday morning. Really, really, fucking shit up.
don't go to work.
Don't go to work. Don't buy things. Don't
Right.
go to your stores and buy things. Don't like
Money is
really
the money.
screw up the economy. Show the people. Yeah, mess up the money, right?
The thing
that's fact.
is,
And
with
that's
this
not always easy,
man,
by the way. But
with this guy, the thing about it is he doesn't really care about tomorrow. He's gonna do his thing, and then he's gonna ride off into the sunset, and and leave everything how it is. But his cabinet, not his cabinet, but his people, his team, whether it's the Rubios or the Hegspets or JD Vance, all of these guys are gonna have to clean up the mess. And their careers are going to suffer. So, and Mike Johnson's, these are the ones who are going to pay for him.
yeah.
Because he might kick the fuck. I don't know. He looks like he's sick, B. He's 80 years old. His ankles are huge. I don't know. But
I've heard a lot of conspiracy that he may not be around longer. But we heard the same things with
you don't know. Yeah.
with Biden
With
and all
Joe.
that. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And
we're
he's still
like Pete,
kicking.
like JD has to decide: am I going to stay with him or am I going to go against him? because if you stay with him too long, you'll never be your presidential aspirations, which is never going to happen anyway. But he doesn't know that he's never going to be president. He still thinks he can be president, whether it's the Rubios or the Vances. They think they're going to be president one day. But you can't doodle your pants, bro, before your chance. And the more you stick by this guy, because like I said, man, there's going to be a price to pay at the end of this.
Well, I don't know what price he's going to pay.
I don't know what it's going to be. I didn't say the old man is going to pay the price, but the people around him are going to pay the price.
We are paying the price now, bro. We're paying the prices at the pump, at the grocery stores, you know, psychologically, mentally. You know, it's...
Prices of eggs went down, though.
Oh, yeah, but okay, you know, gas is like, you know, $4, you know, bro, plus, you know.
It's a joke.
I know. I'm messing with you, you know, but...
I bought 12 eggs yesterday. I swear to God.
And outside of the fact that this guy just literally wants to conquer any piece of land, potentially, Venezuela, Greenland, Colombia, you know, he's the president of Venezuela, apparently. If you go on... If you go on, like, Wikipedia, bro, it says that he's the acting president of Venezuela.
They said he's getting bored with Iran now at this point.
Oh, he's getting bored? Yeah, well, I'm sure... I can't. I'm done. I don't even want to talk about this anymore.
He's getting bored. He's ready to move on. Like, you don't want to play with that toy anymore.
Even though Iran is literally kicking his ass, you know, and he kind of alluded to that because they showed their military power and their strength, you know, and they're continuing to pepper away. You know, Israel's getting affected by it.
The place is a fortress geographically. Like, we're gonna go climb this mountain and then walk through this desert, and we're gonna go attack them. And we're going to put all our Marines and our troops on the line and get them, half of them killed, but we're going to get that son of a gun. Yeah. Whoever it is.
Why we even started this war is beyond me. There's no, they can't tell you. They won't even admit that it's actual war. And then they won't even give you an actual reason as to why we are there. You know? And they want to say, in nuclear capability, but if you remember... was it months ago? They said they wiped out all of Iran's nuclear capability. So what is it?
Which one? Look at Pete, bro. I'm a Navy guy. I'm a vet, bro. I can't look at Pete Hegspeth, bro.
No, he is just a child between him and Cash Patel, bro. I can't even.
He's such a punk, bro.
Yeah,
I can't even.
He talks like it too. It's bad, bro. He talks like a high school bully.
Yeah, big shit.
Yeah.
And as soon as you slap him, he's gonna run and go tell somebody.
Right.
For
sure.
Bro, it's tough. It's a tough spot. Being a military guy, most of my peers, the guys I serve with, and they have different political views from different places, different races, different genders, all these military people I served with many years ago. I still have a lot. You're still in touch with many of them, and none of them like this shit, man. Mm-hmm. And we hate to be lied to, bro. That's the main thing: being lied to and being played with, bro.
Yeah.
And every day this man is in office. We don't have one day of peace. Every day he has to come and say something, do something. It's like that toddler who needs attention. Daddy, look, bang, bang, bang. Like, look what I'm doing now. He needs every day, bro. Like one day, you don't. Gaslight or bait and switch us or whatever. It's always a game, bro. And this city runs this shit like a fucking casino, like one of his casinos.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
It's pretty sad, man. No, I don't want to, drain too much. We only have a little less than half an hour left for the sports show this morning before...
bro, we got a lot of sports left, bro. I don't know. We're going to crank it in 30 minutes now.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about it. I did want to talk about the ABS system. You got, umpire CB Buckner getting in a lot of trouble, exposing his flaws in yesterday's game against the Red Sox and Cincinnati. Have you heard about this? You haven't? You followed?
No.
All right. Alex Cora was thrown out of the game. Tough day behind a plate for CB Buckner. CB Buckner, a long time, has been kind of exposed as a poor umpire. He just made a lot of missed calls. But now with the ABS system, now with it here
Getting
being
killed.
implemented, it's exposing some umpires. And so far, for Mr. CB Buckner, okay, and I believe this includes spring training, but CB Buckner has had 78 challenges so far and was wrong on all of them. All of them. 78 for 78. Yesterday.
Wait. How long? How many? 78 challenges. We had 3 games.
I know. It has to go back to spring training because that stat is kind of wild. So, but according to Jim Delfino, all right, on X, CB Buckner has had 78 challenges so far and was wrong on all of them. Yesterday, in the game against the Red Sox and Cincinnati, CB Buckner was behind the plate. All right, a lot of controversy there. All right, not only was he being exposed with the ABS system early in this game, he was challenged on a couple of pitches and found incorrect again, but he tried to take over the game by ejecting Alex Cora late in the game, ruled that Trevor Story swung on a check swing, but ultimately, if you look back, you replay it, wasn't even close. Shouldn't have been a swing, ruled a swing. Yeah, well, Alex Cora retaliated at CB Buckner because, he's probably now pissed and angry that he was getting all the calls wrong early in the game. He said, let me make my mark.
That check swing call was retaliation.
Yeah, I think so. Or again, it was just a situation where he's wrong again. He doesn't realize he's wrong. He's staying steadfast in his call, and Alex Cora let him hear it.
A zebra with the ego, Jesus.
And I've heard this with a lot of arms, man. It's very much of an ego thing.
Buckner. Take a look at this.
Guess what? Here it is, though. Listen.
Showing you guys
Strikes
right
on the swing. All right, first of all, he doesn't go.
There's
and then
statistics on these
secondly,
guys now.
does not appeal to an umpire with a better angle.
You have
There's nothing that irritates a hitter
to judge umpires, to compare them against each other. The ones with less calls against them are going to be the better umpires.
Yeah. No
And
doubt.
If CB Buckner's got 78, I imagine he's one of the worst umps in the league then right now. Now we can judge you.
Well, we already had statistics on these The ABS, it's not like ABS is just, it's putting it into a different light, but we've already exposed umpires prior to that. The problem is
now it's in the spotlight now. It's on
Right.
Front Street. It's right there for it to affect the game. It's not in AAA anymore. It's right here, right in front of us all in the ballroom. And no one wants to be looked like a fool. No one likes to be told they're wrong. Let's be real. And they're doing it to you in front of the biggest stage, in front of everyone all the time. And CB's his ego can't take that.
Yeah.
And then these umpires have had control of the game forever, and now you're taking that away from them, and then you're exposing their ability or their lack thereof to handle the judgment calls of balls and strikes.
I understand.
It's embarrassing.
I understand that there may be a bit of pressure on these umpires now because Major League Baseball is probably going to take the whole regular season, and at the end of the season they're probably going to do an evaluation for the following season. Bro. And most likely some guys are going to be on the chopping block because of their egregious calls. And I think that's why, like a guy like CB Buckner, it could be a little bit worried.
Well,
maybe he's not.
How long has he been around? 20 years?
Long time. So he's probably nearing the end of his tenure anyway. Does a guy like him give a shit at this point? I don't know. But he's certainly still making his impact. I would assume anybody that has, is up for losing their job, possibly like they would care, regardless if he's going to retire in a year or two or something like that. Maybe he knows this is the last season and he's just going to do his thing anyway.
He's definitely going to he's like, probably got a plan. Exit F this.
Right. I don't know. I haven't, that's all speculation. I don't think this is his last year, but certainly, if he continues this trend where he's that incorrect, I can't imagine baseball would feel confident enough to say, you know what, all right, yeah, let's let him run it back next year. Let's bring him back. I just, maybe he's protected, maybe the umpire
Maybe he
union,
sees the
whatever it
writing on the wall.
is. I don't know.
Maybe he sees the writing on the wall and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna get out of here. This ain't for me anymore.
Yeah, well, I
You
think
know,
a
kinda
lot of veteran umpires may be feeling pressured that way. You know,
like
I think
those
so.
cops who retired early because they couldn't beat up people anymore.
Right,
So they was
right,
like,
right.
fuck it, man. Damn, they changing it up. I'm out of here. You don't
Yeah,
let me beat up people anymore. Maybe he's
maybe.
like, maybe he goes on a tirade this year and he just is like a rebel ump
Right.
until someone does something
Who
about
was
it.
the umpire in previous years? I think he retired now. That
I know who you
oh
talking about. Hernandez?
yes, Angel Hernandez. Yeah,
Angel
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hernandez.
Like
Yeah.
it kind of reminds me of that, right? Like
A little bit.
he at towards the end, just you could tell, not
He was
caring.
he
Yeah,
was a maniac. Oh,
yeah. He just do his thing, man. Yeah, they're doing his own thing.
this is something. What
But
is
you
that?
see the video there again. You know, in my opinion, definitely a check swing on Trevor Story. Alex Cora was right for fighting him on that, standing up for his guy, and it ended up being a losing game. You know, for Boston, it's a tough one, a 6-5 loss in extras, where
That's
a
too
lot
bad.
of calls, that hurts them, and just a lot of calls not going their way. The vibes are off. It's a tough loss on the early part of the season, for Boston.
That's too bad.
The rubber game of this series is today. What time we got going today for Boston and Cincinnati? 1:40 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN Unlimited and MLB.TV. Before we go, again, I did want to talk about the opening day broadcast on Netflix. A lot of people not liking that. A lot of older fan base, sorry to say it, the geriatric, viewers out there,
Yeah.
they're not a fan that these games are out on these other platforms. It's hard. They don't know where they start paying. Where can I find the game? I don't mind that it's on Netflix. Me being a Netflix guy, whatever. I have Peacock, I have HBO, I have Hulu Live, I have all this shit. It's all good with me. I'll even watch it on Disney if it's out on Disney. But the problem I do have is the mishaps during the broadcast. The fact that you're literally missing outs because you want to play advertisements. You're coming back from the commercial too late because your advertisements are running too long and you're missing outs of the game. Like that, like you're coming back, there's already 1 out, 2 outs in the inning. That's unacceptable. That cannot happen. You have to show the full, spectrum of the game. Listen,
It's 2 outs during commercial.
I believe there was one instance. I know for a fact there was definitely 1 out. But I believe there was one instance that was 2 out. Correct me if I'm wrong for the viewers out there, but that's what I was told. That's what I read.
You know what the worst happened? Use one pitch is all right. That's it. I don't see more than that ever. A pitch they missed. You come in
Right, you've
back
seen
in
that before, right?
Yeah,
Where you miss a pitch or the guy's like actively throwing.
or 2.
But yeah, even an out, man, is too much. And then the in-game interviews. And then listen, I know everybody has their thoughts and opinions on that too. I'm not crazy about the in-game interviews, but every now and then it's a good one, especially some of the player interviews. If it's a good interview, it's nice to hear. But when you're doing them, it's your job as whoever's in charge of the broadcast to at least in the bottom corner of the screen put up strikes and balls. How many, who's on base? What's the score? What inning is it? How is it that you're doing a 5-minute interview and we don't know what the hell's going on? We don't know how many strikes there are, how many outs there are, who's on base, what the hell the score is, what's going on, dude? It's very simple. It's just like the graphic we have here up on our show. We have the score going and everything out. If the games were live, they would tell you how many people are on base, how many out, what inning is it. How come I can do that here on my stream, but you can't do that on the live broadcast? It's not like Netflix is new to this shit either. They've hosted games before. It's the first time they have an opening day, which is a big freaking deal, by the way. Like, the fact that you have the sole opening day, the first game of the season on your platform, you have to get it right. And you can't be fumbling the ball in that regard. You just can't. It's unacceptable. All right, it's just one of those things. You can't do it. All right,
So, Maddie,
and
I'm going to give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt
yeah,
because the first broadcast the NFL had a couple years ago, that Christmas one, I believe, on Netflix, it was horrible. They butchered it. The signal was bad. The whole broadcast was bad. I mean, it was for different reasons. Like you said, this one, just the whole setup. They're talking to guys in the stands. Even the Jameis Winston thing, even though we love Jameis, it didn't really go off that well. Like, I saw the potential in it, but it just with the so much of the mistakes in the broadcast, it just seemed Jameis in there. He's talking to the Usos, the wrestlers. There's pitches going on. They're looking in the crowd. I seen it.
yeah,
But let me tell you something else. It doesn't matter because they're gonna watch it. My old man hit me up. He said, "Where's the Yankee game at?" And I got him on there, and he's 80.
well,
So
sure, because you want to watch it, no doubt.
they're gonna watch it. Yeah, they're gonna take it. They're gonna eat the shit on the spoon
But again,
because we.
and us knowing that's cool. But you got to get it right, bro. You got to fix those little minor things. And I don't really have confidence, especially with the advertisements, because I know that's how they make the money. They got these contracts, but they need to show their advertisers, and they need to give them the advertisers the proper screen time. They're going to prioritize that over anything. If it means missing an out every now and then, I don't think they really give a shit.
If they know, what's crazy thing about sports? If they know, or sports, not sports, business, it's as we know it in America or anywhere else. If you know the consumer loves your product, no matter what,
Right.
they don't care how you treat them. They don't care how much it is.
Yeah.
They don't care how it hurts them dealing with the product. It's like almost like drugs.
Yeah.
They could kick a crackhead up the street. He's still gonna come. You could slap him, whatever, and then he's gonna come and buy it back from you again the next day. No, I'm serious.
No, I.
You feel me?
Yes.
You could do whatever you want to this guy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna come the next day. Maddie smacked the hell out of me, but he gave me my crack. I'm gonna go see him again on Monday. You feel me? To get more, and you could treat me how you wanted because the product you had, I needed it, I wanted it. And you can, you guys, it's a little comparable. Like, and they do whatever they want. They know we're going to watch.
Yeah.
Just like that crackhead's gonna smoke. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna watch it, and we love it. And they got us, bro. They got us by the cojones. It's a shame.
Well, they got us, but I mean, listen, the older generation, I know, some of them are getting hip to it, and they have no choice, like you said. But I think they do lose a little bit of viewers. The younger generation, they're with it. They're hip. It is what it is. It's a sign of the times, man. Like, it's just going to be on other platforms. I hate
the part where we can't change channels or leave the commercial because it's on Netflix. That bothers me the most.
Yeah, you're an old school when it comes to that. I get it. Flipping through the channels and commercial. Oh, let me flip back to this game.
Yeah,
now,
you don't want to come off. You can't just cut back.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
It's a lot. It's not the same because it's a lot harder to like switch, especially on my TV. Like, oh my god, just to switch from Netflix to Peacock is like a whole ordeal. It's probably going to take the whole commercial just to do that.
You might come back on. That's absolutely the case.
Yeah.
So they make us watch their commercials now. They know this.
Right.
They have these Ivy League kids that they hire, these algorithm and these statistician kids and all these people.
I think you muted yourself.
They have all these experts in these fields, these statisticians and all these kids who do data and go to school for it. They go to Harvard and Yale and all these other great institutions. And they go, and these companies hire them to teach them, to market with the knowledge of knowing how we think and how we consume things.
Right.
Oh, it's even with the same thing. It's a shame, bro. Marketing and the gambling. They know we're gonna watch. They know we're gonna gamble. So they put up all these ads. They're all over the place. We're really all just slaves as consumers. I wish I could find a better word or lack thereof, but they got us, bro. They got us, bro. I can't wait to watch the games today.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you as well. I mean, I'm locked in. I'm going to be doing a little...
We can admit it. It's the beginning of change, of knowing what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. They know we're gonna watch.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. And again, like if I really wanted to watch another game, I'll just pull it up on another device, whether it be my phone, a tablet, laptop. That's what I do, especially, obviously doing this sports show, I'll have multiple devices up. My wife probably hates it. I got the game on there, I got the laptop here, leave me to my devices.
Right, bro.
I'm watching the games.
Yeah.
Especially
Oh, it's
now, man.
crazy.
There's like so much on between college basketball, you got baseball going, you got NBA. It's hard, man. It's hard to stay in tune and in touch with everything, but somehow we find a way. We do it,
And the advertisers are licking their chops.
Yeah.
At-
What I don't like with the advertisers, all right, is that have you noticed that on these platforms like Hulu and Netflix and Peacock and all that, that during the advertisements, they pump up the volume. Have you noticed that?
Cool, yeah, man. Yeah.
Like my TV
Commercials
will
have
be
always
on.
been louder, though. Commercials have always been louder.
No, but it's been more egregious, and there's actually been filed lawsuits against these platforms because of it. Like just pay attention. Just pay attention, like how different it is. The in-game audio, when it hits the commercial,
It'll double.
And I keep my volume pretty high on TV because I'm deaf. So, but I've noticed like, holy shit, like when it hits advertisements or commercials, especially on Hulu is big with it. Man, it is loud, bro. Even it makes me want to go lower it. And they do that on purpose so that you hear the advertisement,
And they know that we're forced to watch the commercials now that we can't flick off that easily.
Right.
They know that.
Not
They're
only do
looking
they have you by the balls in that sense, but now they're gonna pump the volume. It's like pumping in crowd noise at a game. It's not nice. It's not nice. You already got us watching it. Now you're making me just. You're guaranteeing that I hear it. If I walk away, I go to the bathroom, I can still hear it. Like that's a problem, man. These sons of bitches. There's gonna be a class action lawsuit, ladies.
Yeah, just like
years from now.
all of them, bro.
Yeah.
They're all plotting on us. They're all predatorial, my friend.
Yes.
And they're trying to get a piece of our ass.
Yeah.
Every single one of our asses.
Well, they got my ass. They got a piece of my
Oh,
ass. They
they
got a
got
piece
it.
of your ass.
And you know what? Guess what? We're having a conversation. There's people who have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Oh,
Before we
guys.
get out of here, my guy, because it is about to be 10 a.m., we got to do a little sound check with our guests coming on the Mental Health Show. We got Mental Health with Epis coming up at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
I think we
All
left a lot on the table, so we're gonna be back soon, Maddie, with the sports stuff. We left a lot on the table. Huh?
For sure. But it's been a good episode. We did a little 90 minutes in here today, so it's pretty damn good. It's been a while. We haven't even talked college basketball. The Johnny's getting knocked out, the whole nine. That's we're getting into the Elite Eight. It's a beautiful thing.
Winding
NBA,
down,
for sure.
playoffs coming up. NHL. Yeah.
Speaking of DUIs, though, at the top of the show with Tiger Woods and his whole situation, the Mets fans had some choice words from Marcel Ozuna over at the park yesterday. And, it's funny because I was watching this and I'm like, what the fuck are they saying? I couldn't make out what they were saying. You could hear. I think the broadcast dumbed it down a little bit just so that you couldn't really make it out what they were saying. But, of course, KFC at Barstool, he's great content creator. This clip's actually was posted by We Gotta Believe, Mets fan base page. Check them out as well. Thank you for give credit to you guys for this one. But KFC is the originator of this video, and he's great. He just picked this up. Mets fans were caught chanting DUI at Marcel Ozuna. If you don't know, okay, Marcel back in 2022 was caught with a DUI in Georgia. All right, 3:30 in the morning. Police clocked him speeding. And not sure how fast he was going, but they got him. All right, they got him. He served a little small fine, the whole nine. It was resolved in 2023. Reached a plea agreement.
When he got out when the cop came up to him, he told the cop, "I'm Marcelo Ozuna of the Braves."
Yes. But and again, another instance in which celebrity, kind of, walks away scot-free, just reaches a plea agreement. And he admitted guilt to it, but still was okay. here is a quick video clip of the Mets. Hopefully, we picked the audio up nicely and you guys can hear it. So here you go. Enjoy.
Game 2 of 162 for the Mets against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And once again, our old friend Marcell Ozuna comes up to the plate. And what did the Citi Field faithful do? They greeted him with a warm DUI chant.
See the smirk on his face.
Ozuna in his 14th big league year.
That's classic New York fans, man. What did he do there, too?
And why did they do that? Well, not only because Marcell
So
Ozuna
when the
got a
when the New
DUI,
York
but
Giants come into town, are they gonna chant "You touch kids" for Tish?
Oh my God.
Because it looks like that story's going away.
Well,
No, we cannot let this go away, man.
But wait, did he resign though? He gave up his rights.
Bro, that's enough for you?
No, but it's over though. Why would they do that?
Right, no, it's not right. His whole family.
But he's no longer there though.
No, the family got to sell the team. His name.
Yeah, you've been steadfast with that, but so why do you feel so strong about it though? Why do you? Because I'm sorry.
I told you why. Because no, it's cool. I told you why, bro. We've been through this with owners, like even scumbag Sterling with the racism and the Clippers. This is worse, bro. And we got him up out of there because he was saying things in private about Magic Johnson and call Magic a monkey or whatever, which is terrible. But at the end of the day, when you compare that to this guy, Tish, buying little Russian girls or whatever, and his little pepperoni pizza and his beef jerky, for him to just be able to give the team to his kid and still be his, that's not right. He should sell the whole family. And if I was the Mara family, I wouldn't want to be associated with them. And the Mara family, we need to let them know that they are always going to be associated with them until the Tishes take their names off of the New York Football Giants. And anybody who's a Giant fan, I'm always going to bring it up. I'm like, oh, so you still cool with that? And if you tell me, oh, their son has the team now, I'm going to look at you like, come on, bro. They need to sell the team. We're not asking him to go to jail. You guys are going to get billions from the sale of it. Remove yourself from this team. That's it. That's all we're asking. You don't get to keep that. You're not going to prison. You're not going to have any punishment as usual, like we were talking about earlier with these drunk driving billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Tish should not be able to just give it to his kid and his daughter and his son and no, because you're still your team. It's still his team.
Yeah.
Come on. And I just think it's wrong, man. And this is the problem. What's happening in this country right now? This is the whole thing right here. There it is.
Yeah,
and I think him is a microcosm. Yeah, Steve Tish, and that's why I want to stay on that one.
Yeah.
And my history with the Giants, I play around, but seriously. And I know good guys who are Giant fans and who frown on this stuff big time. We all should. He was getting Russian young girls like from East Europe. They were making plans with this scumbag Jeff. Yeah. And he just gets to say, oh, I didn't know he's a bad guy. I found out afterwards. No, you were hanging with him after he was already convicted on sex abuse charges. So I'm going to keep bringing it up. Not next show, not the one after, but I'll bring it up again.
All right. Look at Dubby getting very political on today's show, man. I didn't even bring up the politics. He's over there slamming it down, talking about the No Kings protest, putting Tish on a pedestal again.
Get out of here,
my man. Now, listen, and I'm in agreement, man. I'm in absolute agreement. I just want to test you on that, but yeah.
The Maras, why would you want to be? I'm like, bro, if I was the Mara family, like, yo, we don't want to be a part of it. Y'all all got to go. I'm sorry, you guys. You take the money and go.
I agree. And it's like they're not the majority's owners anymore anyway. So just again, sell your portion of the team. It's
they're
fine.
standing fast. And that's the problem with this defiance when these rich elite people break the rules. There's this defiance that they get away with that we can't get away with.
Yeah.
And we get drilled for things that are millions of times lesser than what these people get away with. Right. And that's what people are. That's why I kind of laughed in the beginning with Tiger. You're like, why are you laughing? Because it's a joke at this point.
I was about to say, it's been a theme of this show today. Yeah.
It's a joke. That's why I laugh. Because after a while, what you're going to do is you're going to laugh. If you torture me and tie me up to a chair and torture me for 24 hours, eventually, sometime in that 24 hours, I'm going to laugh.
Right.
There's going to be a sick laugh. So That's why I laugh, buddy. I'm glad. Thank you for giving me that.
Absolutely. Can't wait to cut that one up. All right. That's it for today's episode of Epis Sports Radio. All right. The Epis Sports Podcast here on Epis Radio Entertainment, episode 66. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right. We are going to cut the stream, but don't go anywhere. Keep those notifications on because I'm going to bring the stream back up. We're going to be doing mental health with Epis. All right. We have a very special guest celebrating Women's History Month. Deanna Stoll coming on. She's waiting for us right now. Going to be hitting the stream around 10:30 a.m. So do whatever you got to do. Go to the bathroom. Go get another coffee. I'm going to refill my coffee.
Baby. Deanna's going to bring that good energy. We need some, bro.
Deanna's bringing that good energy. Indeed. It's going to be a great discussion. We're probably going to go for an hour to 2 hours. All right, so please join us again here live on Twitch and YouTube. For everybody watching in post, I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy all the sports, the baseball, the basketball, the whole nine. We will be back again, but please join us if you can later today. If you're not able to catch the live recording, don't worry about it. I'll have both episodes up for you later this evening. All right, Dub, any closing comments for the people?
We can't cancel everyone, but some people have to get canceled, man. Get them out. Get the tissues out of here.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
See you guys in a few moments.
All right.
Again.
See you guys in a few. Keep showing up.
Wake up! You can't remember where it was. Has this dream stopped?
I've been known to play mine to a T, but it's time for me to lead, picking dirt right out the cleats. Steep path, roadblocks in the streets, trying to knock me off my feet, cause the devil never sleeps. So I don't sleep too, and trying to breach safes that I didn't have the keys to. We all been victims of trauma we ain't agreed to, but the sun comes after, starting up a new chapter. Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back and focus on what's in front of me. Everybody days a number, but I'm still here.
We will be back shortly. We're going to cut the stream for now, but the stream will be back on in about 15-20 minutes. For a little Mental Mondays with Epis. But it's not Monday. It's Sunday. Keep showing up.
Isn't it lovely?